Hello, first grade friends. Today I'm going to teach us how to use some tools for adding. And adding is when we take two groups and we join them together. And whenever I add, I'm always going to have a bigger number. So whenever I add, I'm going to have a bigger number when I put my groups together. So there are some tools here. We've been using a number line. So we've been doing bunny hop on Seesaw and using the number line on Seesaw. So I'm going to put that right up here. So that's one tool that we've been using. Today I want to introduce another tool. So we're going to write ways to add. Ways to add. Remember, adding is when we take two groups and we put them together. So if I had 6 and I wanted to put 4 with it, if I had 6 chickadees on my bird feeder at home and 4 more flew in and came with the 6 chickadees that were there, I'm going to have more than 6 chickadees because 4 more came. So 6 plus 4, I use my number line. I start at 6 and I count 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, I get to 10. So that is one tool we have been using to add. Now the tool I want to use today is our 10 frames. So we're going to take our 10 frames and we're going to use our 10 frames for adding today. So we have a number line. I'm going to move this up just a little bit so you can see my B. And now we're going to add a 10 frame. And I'm going to be putting these on Seesaw tomorrow. So today we're going to add with a 10 frame. And I have given you all some counters and a little pocket. And those counters are reversible. One side is yellow and one side is red, which is great for adding because you can use one color for one number and one color for the other number. And I'm going to demonstrate that right here for you today. So here I have some magnetic 10 frames. And I have some magnetic counters. So I'm going to use my 10 frames and I'm going to write my equations right above my 10 frames for you. My equations are the two numbers I'm going to add. The equation has the plus sign and the equal sign. So let's start with bigger numbers. When I add, I like to start with my bigger number because it's easier to count on from a bigger number. And when we count on, we start at the biggest number and we count on, like we did, on our number chart. So the first equation I'm going to put here, so I'm going to put 7 plus 3. And we're going to see what that equals. So I'm going to put 7 counters on here. I'm going to use the yellow side. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now remember, when we use the tool of a 10 frame, we're only putting one counter in each box. We only want one counter in each box. So I have 7 yellow counters. I have 7 there. Now I need 3 more in my second set. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3. And what do I get? Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or I can just say 10 because I know this is a 10 frame. I know this is a 10 frame and it's going to fill 10 spots because it's a 10 frame. So let's try another one. Let's do another equation. Now I'm going to say 5 plus 1 equals. Now, in kindergarten, we learned 5 frames, and we learned 10 frames, and we know 5 is just the top. So I'm just going to fill the top right up, because I know that's 5. And if I put 1 more, that's just counting from 5. One more time, it equals 6. Okay? So we're just using one 10 frame today. I just want us to get used to adding on one 10 frame. Then, eventually, we are going to move to a double 10 frame because you guys will be adding digits that go from 10 to 20. So we're going to start with these ones first. I'm going to make one more that can fill up this 10 frame. I'm going to make one more equation. Now I'm going to say 2 plus 8. So I'm going to put 1, 2. Now I've got 8 more spots I need to fill up. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is going to equal, you got it, 10 because we filled up all those spots. So 2 plus 8 equals 10. I'm going to do one more. Notice I started with a smaller number there. There's another way I could do that. I could think in my head the bigger number first. 8 plus 2. Because it's a lot easier to count on from a bigger number than it is from a smaller number. So I'm going to put 8 in here. And then I'm only left with 2. So 8 with 2 more, 9, 10. So that is the way we use our 10 frames for adding, for putting 2 groups together. And Mrs. B is going to go ahead and she's going to put some assignments on Seesaw where we're using 10 frames to add. So these are some ways we're going to add. We've used our number line, and now we're going to go to using our 10 frames.